I silently changed my son's name after my brother and sister-in-law gave my nephew the name too. So my brother Jake and I have always been super close. We literally talk every day, share everything, and our wives are best friends too. When I found out we were both having boys around the same time, we were over the moon about raising cousins together. I'd been planning my son's name since I was like 15, Ezra. It wasn't trendy or anything, but it had this whole meaning behind it. My great-grandfather Ezra died saving 3 kids from a house fire back in the 60s. He was this legend in our family, and I always promised myself that if I had a son, I'd name him after the man who basically defined what being a hero meant to me. Jake knew this. We'd literally had conversations about it for years. When we were teenagers playing video games, I'd joke about naming my future kid Ezra. When we were in college and talking about our futures, I'd mention it. When I got married, I told him and my sister-in-law Hannah that Ezra was locked in as the name. Fast forward to last March. Hannah goes into labor 2 weeks before my wife Amy. Jake calls me from the hospital, completely out of breath, telling me they just had their son. I'm asking about Hannah, asking if everyone's okay, when he drops it. We named him Ezra James. I literally went silent, like my brain just stopped working. Amy's sitting next to me rubbing her massive belly, and I'm staring at the phone like it just told me aliens landed. What? I finally managed to say. Ezra James. Hannah loved the name, and we thought it sounded perfect. I hung up. I actually hung up on my brother. Amy's looking at me like I've lost my mind, asking what's wrong, and I'm just pacing around our apartment trying to process what just happened. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about how this was supposed to be special, how I was supposed to honor my great-grandfather, how my son was supposed to carry on this family legacy. Now what? We'd have 2 cousin Ezras? That felt so weird and wrong. 2 weeks later, Amy went into labor. While we're in the delivery room, Jake and Hannah show up with baby Ezra. They're all excited, wanting to meet their nephew, and I'm holding my newborn son thinking about how everything feels ruined. The nurse comes in with the birth certificate paperwork. Amy's exhausted, barely conscious, and Jake's making jokes about how the boys will probably get their names mixed up their whole lives. That's when something just clicked in my brain. When the nurse asked for the name, I looked right at her and said, Oliver James. Amy's eyes popped open. She looked confused but was too tired to really process it. Jake and Hannah didn't even notice because they were busy with their baby. I filled out all the paperwork as Oliver, social security, everything. When we got home, I told Amy I'd changed my mind last minute because having 2 Ezras felt weird. She was so exhausted from delivery that she just agreed. For the past 6 months, everyone's been calling my son Oliver.